evening, everyone. Welcome to Janderra. I'm Garrowen. I hope you've all had a fantastic week. I've had a very busy week. Welcome, Time to Shine. Thanks, Tom. Always lovely to see you. Sorry. Okay. Now, going to go through a quick run through of what has been going on with my week this week, just to give people a chance to jump in before we start going into the SHEDWARS stuff. Very exciting. There's been some exciting developments this week. Some very exciting developments. Anyway, so this week, so going from last week's Sunday Night Live prayer, the next video I uploaded was actually a update on what's happening with the roof. Hi, Mike, or Wild. Hi, Wild. And after the engineer's bin and what his opinion was on the whole thing with the concrete and all that sort of stuff. So this is not going to be a quick fix. But I had a feeling that that was going to be the case back when the whole thing started. I had a feeling it was going to be at least 6 months before we were actually back living in the house. And actually at the moment, given delays with money coming through to my account and being able to actually access the expandable container house and delays with the weather, we're actually still living in the house in the lounge room on 4 single beds. So hubby's on a double bunk. He's on the bottom bunk. Matthew's supposed to be on the top bunk, but he was wriggling too much, so he got kicked off on the couch. Jonathan's under the double bunk, and I'm on a single bed ensemble thing. Not fun sleeping in that kind of environment, especially when you've got a shift worker in the house who's got to get up at 2:30 a.m. in the morning. Have you ever tried to get 2 boys, a 4-year-old and a 12-year-old, to go to bed before 7 and stay quiet? I believe in miracles. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Yeah, no, it doesn't happen. I'm greatly concerned about the amount of sleep my husband's getting. So keep him in prayers that he gets enough sleep. And he's also getting the vaccination tomorrow, so please keep him in prayer for that. And keep me in prayer. Keep me not frantic. Anyway, it's all good. God's got a plan. See, we've also gotten a bit of rain this week. So I did do a video on prepping for storms and floods because we were told that we were going to get upwards of 100 and odd mil of rain. We didn't get that much, which is unfortunate, but it's also good. I've been really, yeah, it's not fun. And I'm struggling to find things because having moved from the 2 different caravans and then into the house, there's things in bags, there's things in baskets, there's things in boxes, and there's things tucked away in all sorts of weird and wonderful spots. I can't find anything. It's like I was trying to pay for fuel the other day, put my card in, tried to pay for it, and it said, nah. I'm like, I know there's money in there. And the day before that, I'd actually tried to get some money out of the ATM to pay for something. I can't remember what it was. And it went, nah. And I'm like, this is really strange. Why is this card not working? I looked at it. Expired. It's just the card had just expired, that's all. So it's no longer the thing wasn't working. But it took me a couple of days to figure out why, and I was glad that I had other cards in my wallet that did work. Oh, dear. Hi, Robert. Hi, Adam. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. So it's been an interesting time not being able to find things and being able to find things. And my driver's license expired all in the middle of that too. So I'm waiting for my new license to arrive. Of course, it's got a dreadful photo. Anyway, I'm still allowed to drive, so that's the main. But yeah, so did a video going through some of the food that I prepped up on in case we got flooded in, because there is a good chance that it can happen. And when I was at the Rural Fire Brigade Open Day a couple of months ago, one of the locals was actually telling me that we can actually get flooded in for 10 days here. So I needed to make sure I had some food stocked up just in case. I have been delaying organising, getting my preps organised, simply because we're in such an upheaval at the moment and I don't know where to put anything. So I've been delaying getting it as long as I could, but had to organise that stuff. So got my prep started. Not as much as I would like, but I have got it started. Did a pond update. So I'm really excited with how well things are growing. I should probably go up again and check to make sure everything's not drowned, because I did have one plant that drowned. While I was out there was like 40 odd crows. So it's like a murder of crows. So I had to take a video of that. That was just, I've never seen that many crows before. It was really, really interesting. Yes. Yes. Thinking of you guys, Angel and Tom. Bless you. Praying for you guys. And we need to keep Archer in prayer, guys. Adam's son Archer is in hospital and Nettie's keeping an eye on him, so make sure you keep them in prayer, please. So yes. So yes, the murder of crows was very interesting. And I found my saboteur. Matthew and I had fun making a video. Which, if you check out Wild Edibles' video, she's got one too on the celery. Apparently something's been eating her celery as well. But Matthew absolutely hacked mine. I think he's taking this whole sabotage thing a little bit too seriously. And I made the mistake of telling him, look, if you eat some celery, I'm happy for you to weigh it in and count it as your weigh-in for Team Aquarius. He's eating a lot of celery. Which I mean, I'm not going to complain. How many 12-year-olds do you know that gobble celery? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hi, Tammy. Thank you for coming and joining us. Oh, that's a good question. Robert's more than welcome to come up and join the chat if he'd like. You think yours was Jack and Dan, huh? Okay. It's just a little bit of fun. And I think Matthew's doing the whole sabotage a little bit too much. Just a little bit. I'm going to have to deploy some Team Will It Grow guards around my garden beds, I think. I'm already thinking about who to put out in the garden. Tom's celery is growing really good in the cold weather. That's interesting. That's really interesting. My celery down at the dam's not doing so well, but it was a bit of an experiment, really. So we did get a fair bit of rain, so we would have gotten probably about 60 to 80 mil of rain, but it was lovely. They admitted to being celery eaters. You got to watch those celery eaters. Matthew and Jonathan are definitely celery eaters. Oh, God, you got to check out the shorts on the chicks. And unfortunately, I actually lost 3 of them. I had a container in there that I'd given the chickens some food scraps in and left it out there and filled up with rain, and the chicks jumped in and the chicks couldn't get out. It was very sad. So I lost 3 of the babies. But sure, it's very cute with the chicken and mummy. And I had to go into Brisbane for a specialist appointment with the whiplash. Had to see the orthopedic surgeon. Another doctor decided to put me in a complete panic attack. I really don't like it when doctors ask me the difference between what things were like before the accident and what things are like now. Because when I start thinking about that, it starts to put me back into that. It's not fair, I'm going to kill someone. Because of just how many things I have been restricted from being able to do. It's quite frustrating. But anyway. You bring your pot inside and it wilted big time. It enjoyed the cold more. That's really interesting. That's really interesting. You've got a bit of snow. That's not good. It's coming soon. It's getting really cold. I've got something that's going to be in the post soon. I've nearly got it organized. And Tom, if it's okay, or Angel, if it's okay, I'm actually going to send a parcel to you guys, but part of it's going to be for Wild. So if you can kind of separate it between you and Wild. I kind of figure you guys live right next to it, right near each other, so it's really easy. And postage from here is like really expensive. I nearly had kittens when the post office told me how much it was going to cost. I'm like, oh, that's good. Although it'd cost me more if I wanted to try and come out of the country. For starters, I'd have to be vaccinated. Anyway, it is so sad using little ones. No, interesting. Oh, yes. But so part of the parcel that I'm going to be sending you is going to have Tiffany Q did a video on Flat Stanley, and I've just had the boys colour in their little Flat Stanley, so it's going to be a flat Matthew and a flat Jonathan, and I'm going to post them backwards and forwards and all that sort of stuff. So Wild said she's wanting to do the Flat Stanley thing for Matthew and Jonathan, and Tiffany's going to do it. So I kind of figure I've got your address, Tom and Angel, so I'll post it to you, and it's not with Christmas gift. I think you like it. A little bit more than a taste of Australia. Anyway, I'm being silly. But I've got to get that in the post. Oh my goodness. I've nearly got it all together. I've been trying to find stuff while I've been around place to try and find things. And actually, while I was at the museum, found a few things that I would have loved to have put in, but budget went no. So maybe next time. But I found some other stuff while I was in Brisbane to pop into the little packages and post over. So if anyone is interested in hosting a Flat Matthew or Flat Jonathan, send me an email. And I will be doing a video shortly on the Flat Stanley stuff. But so much has been happening, my brain is kind of going, just a little bit too much. But it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, while I was in Brisbane, I thought I'd take a trip, take a wander around and do some sightseeing for you guys and do some videos of things whilst I was trying to find souvenirs to send over to some of you. And I'd love to send more stuff over, but I got to really watch the budget at the moment. So it's the Flat Stanley stuff that's really kind of pushing me to do anything at the moment, because it sounds like a really fun project, and Tiffany's got a couple of really fun ideas that she wants to take the flat boys to different sites and things and everything, but it's all fun. But yes, so hopefully I will get that in the post this week, all things being equal. We also have the hygienist coming to the house tomorrow, and they're going to be testing all the mold spores around the place and seeing what kind of mold they are and see whether it's actually dangerous mold or whether it's storm related mold or what kind of mold it is. I'm reasonably certain by the way my lungs are reacting at the moment that it's not a good mold, and my lungs are not liking it. Because they were starting to get really good being in the caravans, and I'm really looking forward to the expendable container house coming. And I'm really hoping that when it does arrive, Gavin's actually well enough to be able to do anything with it, because he's getting the jab, so his arm might be really, really sore and not really wanting to lift heavy things. He is good at lifting heavy things. He's got a sore arm. He's not going to be very good at lifting heavy things, which could delay my being able to get out of the house. So pray for him that he has no nasty adverse reactions and can lift heavy things. And I'm being silly now. Can you tell I'm tired? I get really silly when I'm tired. Anyway, and we got more raid again as well. So that's basically it. And mucking around today with eggs and chickens and incubators and oh my goodness. But I'm going to have that video come out tomorrow. So I think we've got a few people in here now. So it's probably a good time to have a look at some of the Shed Wars stuff. So, as you guys are probably aware, John did his video. Thank you, Tammy. That is awesome. I would really, really appreciate that. Are you going back to the winter there in Melbourne? Melbourne's got funny weather though, hasn't it? It does the whole 4 seasons in one day or something. Anyway, hope your garden's going well, Karen. So John did his SHEDWARS21 Team Will It Grow, which channels actually qualified video. So that's up, and that was very, very interesting. I did take note of, I'll pop that there. No, while we don't want any snowballs. Anyway, now before I forget, I actually did I set up a web page that has the details on who qualified and everything. Although it's a good idea to actually watch through the video. It's actually quite funny. But I mean, John's videos are always funny, in my opinion. And I'm sure it'll go up onto the official SHEDWARS website. But so this is the one that I've done. Now I'm pretty sure I got them all right. So I've got a link there with John's video. I'll get that down. Oh, it's 4 seasons in one day. That sounds like Michigan weather. Oh, the south part of Canada as well. So the qualifying team members for Team Will It Grow for SHEDWARS21. Hi, Andy. You're spying, are you? That's okay. Robert's in here too. At least he was earlier. So the qualifying team members for SHEDWARS21 for Team Will It Grow are Ecocentric Homestead, Gale Southern Living, Terry King's Allotment, Grow Something with Jeff, Sustainably Yours Homestead, Britain's Homestead, Tiffany QTU, she's awesome, Those Wild Edibles, Big Blue Homestead, love her too, Patriot Farm Homestead. She actually participated in my Janderra Milk Challenge. And if you've got a video, if you've got a recipe that you like to do with milk, if you want to put Aqua Jedi, Big Blue Robert, oh dear. Patriot Farm Homestead. I think you may have your YouTube on, Robert.
I do have my YouTube on.
You do.
And I turned it down. Sorry. I didn't get to it in time.
Hi, Ed.
How are you doing, Garwin? Well, never mind. I've been with you now for the last couple of hours. I know how you're doing.
Life is interesting. Life is interesting. And you guys help give me strength. You really do.
Oh, bless you. We need to sing John's favorite song. Maybe he's got his coffee going on right now. So, John, if you're over there in Cape Cod up there and you've got your coffee and you're thinking about the day, lean on me when you're not strong. He just loves that song.
It's a good song.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's a very good song.
Oh, darling,
Ed's asking what you're doing up so late.
Who's asking me that? Oh, me. Oh, yeah. Ed's got me dead to rights. I should be sleeping right now. I haven't been to bed yet. I've been up, with the crazy head and somebody in the chat, I think it was time to shine, will he get up and talk about what's going on in SHEDWARS? I'm looking for a place where I can go to avoid what's going on in SHEDWARS.
You've possibly come to the wrong chat.
I think I did. Well, I didn't know what this was. I stumbled in.
And we're glad that you did. We always love it when you come to join us.
I'll tell you what, you're a special person. You're amazing. This lady right here has the most amazing spirit and amazing heart. And we are very grateful for you, Garwin. Very much so.
Thank you. I appreciate the appreciation.
Yeah. what we've got going on in Shed Wars is Shed Wars 22 starting up and 21 winding down. And it's all kind of craziness going on. John and I have been talking about the list and everything. And I've got to get mine together and make a video on that. He was ready before me. And hello, hello, Melbourne's East. Good to see you. You just call me Robert. But yeah, it's a crazy time for us because we're in between seasons, and really, since we started Shed Wars, there hasn't been a calm time. We've been at it every day. You know, every day. And right now, a lot going on, and so I've just been up basically thinking about it when I should be in bed. Yeah, don't pray to be a captain, you know, as everybody's like, well, Robert and John, they're the captain. You know, it's just must be so nice and all that. You don't know.
No. Herding cats.
Yeah.
Actually, cats might be easier.
Yeah. And there comes Andy in here from McDowell Manor. Yeah. Hasn't worked out as Bob Sr. What does that mean? Bob Sr.
I'm not sure.
What is a Bob Sr.?
He's possibly staring you a little bit about something.
Andy, explain
he
yourself.
named your cat, didn't he?
Huh? My pet?
He named your cat Bobcat, didn't he? Wasn't that Andy?
Oh, no. I named it. No, it was Bob. That was Bobcat. Andy. That's my new name. What's my new name? Bob Senior. Oh, no. Now, Andy, see, you ain't been keeping up because, you know, Bob had to go. I had to make a decision about Bob, and Bob got adopted out to a wonderful family. I had to come to that decision that he was going to, you know, I was going to build a cat cage for him, like one of the catios, a great big old playground for him. And I'm sitting here, I've got a dog this little dog does not like cats. And I don't like letting my animals run loose. So I live in a small RV, and this cat, well, actually, it's a big RV, but it's small. It's too small for a man, a dog, and a new cat. I've been there and done that, and he had to go. Couldn't leave him in the house all the time and didn't want him caged up. And I said to myself, you know what? He's so cute. He'll get adopted out quick. And indeed, I took him down there to the no-kill shelter, and they called me back a couple of days later and said that a family with a little 6-year-old girl came in, and away Bob went. So, you know, Bob's got bows in his hair, and he's probably wearing cat outfits, and it's terrible. It's worse than him fighting for a life on the street. You know, he's going to be treated like a little girl's cat. It's terrible, but that's where he is.
A little girl's
cat.
Oh,
good Lord.
Well, that's what I thought. Then I realized, no, it's just Ed.
Yeah, Karen has also said that she's waiting to find out more about the rules. So I thought I'd make a point of bringing up your new rules video, Robert.
Okay, yeah. It's a long monster.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very entertaining.
Well, I try.
I know a good rule for Shed Wars.
What you got, Ed?
Grow it and have fun. There's the rules.
There's the rules. They're
Plain
pretty
and simple.
simple. Pretty simple. You know,
Yeah.
we try.
That is a nice, easy rule. Although when there's as much money involved as there is now, you need rules.
Oh yeah. And you know, from the very beginning, it was a prize. And anytime any kind of competition, right? Any game, name any game that you ever play, you know, anything that happens if there's a competition that there's not rules. And, but, and so we've got some, and they're very simple, very simple. Um, it's just the simplest thing that we do. People are what makes it difficult. Personalities and things like that. That's what makes
That's
it
true.
difficult. And
People can make life very complex.
yes, they can. Yeah. But
I want to give a suggestion to everybody that's in Shed Wars up there in Australia and all up in that area. Have fun doing it. That's
Absolutely.
the main thing. Have fun. Teach somebody something different. Teach them how you do it. And everybody just enjoy it and not get so uptight. It's like I did this year. I got uptight when half my crops died on me and I couldn't figure out why. Because I was trying to be in a competition. And I had the mindset of, okay, I've got to win this. So just have fun and enjoy yourself. If you can do it without Shed Wars before Shed Wars started and you had fun doing it, why can't you do it now the same way?
yeah, that's the
And I
whole
love the
thing.
way Robert explains everything.
Well, you know, we want to teach as much people. We want to teach the world how to grow food again and be more self-sufficient. You know, because these times that we're in, the spirit of Shed Wars is based on that. Is everybody being self-sufficient? There's a bunch of people that don't have a clue, and there's plenty of things out there that are deeply serious videos, and we want to make, you know, we want to teach people how to do this, and we want to have fun. And so the Shed Wars World Fair is, okay, y'all ready for this? Everybody in the chat now. The Shed Wars World Fair, that's something that we're going to do. And it's going to be, you know, anytime you go to like your fairs down there, I'm sure that y'all got them in Australia. Y'all may call them something else. But the competitions for the biggest, every kind of biggest fruit and vegetable you can think of, the best looking chickens, the best looking cows and animals and stuff like that. We want to do that with Shed Wars. And we want to have quilting competitions. We want to have crochet, things like that. Whatever people are doing around the homestead that can help them make it through, that's what we want to do. Because it's not just about food, it's about everything. When you look and you go into your stores and the shelves are empty and you've got to make stuff again, you know, that's important. We just want to help people and have fun. And it's been fun. The show, they call it the show in Australia.
Yeah, we have the Royal Brisbane Exhibition show.
Oh, okay.
So instead of calling them fairs, we call them shows.
Okay, so
but it's the same thing.
So y'all go to do you have rides? Do you have little carnival rides? Show rides?
You got rides, you got show bags, you got all the livestock stuff, you've got all the competition and fair type stuff like you're talking about.
And the good fair food, good show food. Y'all have show food?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, Melbourne's got the Royal Melbourne Show. In Brisbane, we call ours the Ekka. So
and you can go in, you walk in, you don't have to get there yet. You can smell it. You smell all that wonderful food. You know, it's there waiting, and you eat too much of it, and it's wonderful. You know, um, let's
It's
see,
a
what
heart
is
attack waiting to happen.
I knew I was moving this year, but I will have my garden set up for 22, especially if I commit. Well, you should commit. I have just had fun watching all the videos and meeting channels I wouldn't have found otherwise. That's right. There's the big Shed Wars effect where everybody gets a boost. Andy, we'll let that pass. I should have let that up to Gary, which she might not want to let that out. But yeah. Yeah, what was I saying? It's late. I'm going without sleep. And I said, well, I'll hang out after the prayer session. I said, well, I'll hang out a little while longer. And see, I need to be waking up at this time. But I don't normally. Ever. Hardly. Yeah.
Do you ever get to sleep?
There are times when I have not. There's times when I've stayed up a couple of days and just gone to exhaustion. But most of the time I do get some sleep. But I'm ready for there to be
He's
some.
trying to take after me.
Yeah. I'm ready for there to be some peace and some balance in my life. I know that the Shed Wars deal on us is pretty, pretty grueling. Trying to be around to support everybody and watch so many videos. And I'm kind of got a name for, never short anybody. I mean, when I'm on their videos, I watch the whole thing and in real time. And I won't do it any other way. And so it's hard. There's times when it's 8 hours a day that I'm watching videos, and then all the other stuff. Well, whatever, wham, me. So anyhow, lot going on. Got the Aquarius hopefuls, the ones that won, or the ones that have made it and have a chance to weigh in their food. And we've got a lot of fun things planned for this year. Now, keep something in mind. In the rules video, you see things on the screen, but if people don't actually watch the videos that we put out, then they're going to miss the things that we say that don't show up on the screen. Because I left a lot of stuff off. Am I on your team? I'm thinking so, Andy. Yeah, I've got to put out a video for the teams and who all's on them. And there's one that's about to pop in that some of y'all may know, and I'll keep that quiet since they hadn't made it public yet. Yeah. But wherever you are, we're all part of the same family. We're Shed Wars family, and don't matter what team you're on. And I'll tell you what, I hope we can get that prize pot up for y'all really high. I would love to see that thing, $1,000, and then whoever is in down there, y'all decide what y'all going to do with your $1,000. What store is going to supply y'all, with what you want. It's not for the money, it's for the seeds and whatever. But I would really, really like to see that grow big, and I hope we can. I hope we can make it big.
Well, it's certainly getting there. And Time to Shine was actually asking before the live started how to actually donate towards the prize pool for Shed Wars Southern Hemisphere 22. And we have actually already had one donation from Wisteria Energy Twister. She's got an interesting channel, but she's donated $87.71 Australian dollars, which I think is about 65 American dollars. So a big shout out to her.
Yeah, that's pretty good. She told me that she was looking for how to do it, and I pointed her your way, and I've had other people asking about it. Hopefully, we'll see that. Hopefully, we'll see some donations come in and contributions. I don't know what to call them because I don't want it to be about the money, you know.
No.
It's just hard and expensive to send stuff, and especially when there's stuff that you can't send seeds to Australia.
No.
I don't think you can even blow a kiss to New Zealand.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But for those that are wanting to donate towards the prize pool, basically you can, I've set up a PayPal account that is solely for these donations. So you can either use the @Janderra or Janderra@outlook.com. Either will take you towards the PayPal account. And Robert and John have also put in $100 each, American dollars. And we've also got a $100 gift card offered to us from Mudbrick Herb Cottage for the winning team. So the prize pool is certainly getting up there.
That's pretty cool. I was so happy to hear that you had a sponsor. That's pretty awesome. Now
that's exciting. I'm so excited about that one.
$200 of American money is worth about 50 cents now. So maybe only 25 cents by the time this is over.
I think our dollar's only like $73 towards yours.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought y'all were still up above us.
No.
Oh, who is it?
So one American dollar is $1.36 Australian.
Is it them stinkers up in Canada that's got the high dollar now?
I don't know.
You know, 200 is 4.6. 4.6 million of ours. That's pretty funny. But yeah, there's you know, people are going to be people no matter what they're doing. You're going to have people that are happy, and then people that ain't going to be happy. And we have had our mix of both. And I just thought about this idea to have this thing to where, you know, everybody's looking for, well, that's, you know, what are y'all doing for us and everything? And it's like, it's time we start doing for ourselves. Mm-hmm. Last year was kind of it didn't go right. It didn't go well. And I won't go into it too much, but it wound up with the team down there not getting a prize yet. And not yet. And so we're going to get that taken care of. I want to make sure that that's done. Mm-hmm. And it will, but there's things that happened. I had intended to get money down there way before, you know, now. And then things started happening in the community, and the community started getting busted up, all this kind of stuff. And then it's like, okay, well, I'm not doing anything right now. We're going to hold on. And we have a few people that came back with us from the first year. And I haven't seen most of the people from last year. Most of the folks that were with us last year, haven't seen anything from them. And I love so many of the people. I mean, they're family to us. But anyhow, John and I are running this thing now, and it's we've got a few things to smooth out from the past, and I think we're doing that. Working with the hashtags that we've got there, we're going to do some changing up of that, and the hashtags, we're going to do away with one of them possibly, and make that a little bit easier. We're still looking at a lot of things that that we can do to make it better, what things that we've learned from the past. And it's just a constant state of, trying to improve on it. But I'm so glad to see everybody that's come back and the new people. Very glad and happy to see all of you. I'll talk. Really I'll talk nonstop if you let me. I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna sit here and sip a cup of coffee and let y'all talk. How about that?
We love hearing you. Do we want US dollars or in the PayPal account, or it doesn't matter? No, it doesn't really matter because it'll get converted over anyway. I think because it's an Australian PayPal account, it'll get converted.
PayPal's going to take their cut right off the top anyway.
Now,
yeah, PayPal will take a bit of a commission.
I've heard if you send it as a transfer between friends, you don't have to worry about that cut. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah,
it does look like it's PayPal to PayPal.
Yeah.
Because when Wisteria Energy Twister or Claire sent the money over to me, she actually sent it to my personal account, not to the Janderra at Outlook account. And I was able to transfer it without it costing anything. So
that's good. That's good.
Mm.
Tammy, thank you very much. Tammy, are you? Oh, here I go talking again. Are you over the little sick there? Are you over it? Are you better?
She did say earlier in my other live that she was feeling a lot better.
Yeah.
Oh, you're breaking up a bit, Ed.
Ed's so far back in the woods, they have to pump sunlight.
Did you see that, Janderra?
Yes, sunrise?
Oh.
The beautiful sunrise.
Who else is sitting in their house and can see their breath right now?
Nope.
Yes, look at that.
Ooh, I know Ed's chilly.
That's what I get to see every morning. Me, it's 36 it's 36 degrees here.
What is it? It's 22 degrees Celsius.
When I get home after working on. Yes, sir.
Andy says it's hot and humid.
Yeah, I've got 30 degrees here, so, and I did see it go down to 20.
It is now 35 degrees here.
Yeah.
In Missouri.
Yeah. Now, see, Ed is north of me. He's north and west of me here in America. I'm in Alabama. He is in Missouri. And, he's about 600 miles north and just a little bit west of me.
Missouri.
He's gonna have some colder winter than I am most of the time.
But I think Wild's got you beat. She's got 2 degrees at the moment Celsius.
Oh yeah.
And it's snowing.
Yeah. Up in Canada, they've done going in their house for the winter. We won't see them again outside till spring.
And if Tammy was home, she's bought a special stove pipe for her wood stove from the Amish yesterday. So she's kind of excited about that. That's very exciting.
Well, I'll see when I get home here in the next.
We're losing you a bit, Ed. You're breaking in and out a bit. Can't hear you at all at the moment.
I got to make a video. I get to cut trees down. Of course you are. I'm driving. Yeah. It's all good.
You do insist on going on lives when you're driving. Got to to 2 to 10 degrees.
Is that any
Celsius.
better?
Actually, it was a bit cool. That is a bit better. A little bit. Although your picture's frozen now.
Well, what else can I do?
Adam's trying to say at Silhouette Park Farm is saying it's -27 here, but I'm lying.
Oh, hold on. I'm coming back. I had to brighten up my screen so I could see it.
It was hard to find a pipe to fit the 1930s stove. That's so cool that you found one.
Adam.
Adam's cheeky. But on more Shed Wars updates, there have been a few videos uploaded this week for Shed Wars 22. So I uploaded an aquaponics update and finding my spies.
Yeah.
Caught him red-handed, that Team Aquarius spy.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Robert put up his drills video.
That's right. Yeah, we're. I'm gonna come after you, Janderra.
Matthew keeps forgetting to feed the fish, so I'm not sure that his aquaponic celery's got much chance.
I'm gonna get out there this winter and get my aquaponics.
Did you get put on Will It Grows again?
I'm on Team Will It Grows. Oh, he's just at the top of the playlist.
Oh yeah, he was crying about that. He was like, Janderra's going with me. I'm like, what? No, we're gonna split. No. She's gonna be on my team. So he said, well,
I'm sorry, Janderra.
it's bad. I think it's rigged. He said, well, let's flip for it, Robert. Let's flip a coin. And I says, okay, that sounds fair. Well, y'all see what he did, you know. He flipped it, but we didn't get to see it, you know. Gotta watch that boy. Gotta watch the boy.
Do. But you do have you have got Andy on your team.
That's right.
So and he's got quails and he's got aquaponics. Apparently he has a cunning plan.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. Andy knows a lot down there. Andy's got a cool place. And he's got quail, and I used to keep quail here. And you know, when I need another pain in the butt, I'm going to get me some more quail, and I'm going to get me some chickens. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Andy said they flipped for Andy, and you lost.
No, Andy's a good dude. He's going to have a lot to teach people, and I'm going to teach Garwin how to grow celery in my in my aquaponic system over the winter. You believe that?
That will be interesting. I look forward to the competition.
Hey, you've got I've got one up here.
Do you mean she's going to teach you?
Yeah, I'm gonna teach Garwin how to grow like 12-foot, celery. She's
celery trees.
Yeah, she's growing like gigantic forests of celery down there. She had a tire swing in some of it. The kids sitting there swinging in the celery. Birds nesting up there. She had offers from a lumber company to come in there and cut it out. Biggest dang celery I've ever seen.
It's pretty big. It is pretty big.
You are amazing. And you're sitting there cutting it out and throwing it to the goats, and it's growing back faster than you can cut it. And
although Matthew has hacked it to pieces now.
And we got started with that celery competition. First thing, that was our first gladiator challenge. Was the biggest celery. And everybody up here in the northern hemisphere, they're sitting around, oh, well, I've got the biggest celery. I've got the biggest. I'm like, no. You're going to have to get up early and pack a lunch if you're going to get close to what Garwin is doing. Good luck to you.
My celery does well, but I don't eat enough of it to actually weigh it all in. Although Matthew's eating a huge amount.
Yeah, that is. You were talking about that earlier, and that is unusual when a kid's going to sit there and just crunch on the celery. But yours are out there competing with the goats. I mean, they're grazing wild out there. Lord, the goat's sitting over there with sad eyes. It's like she never feeds us anymore. She lets those two mongrel children come into there and eating everything. Aren't we special? That's pretty cool. When the kids can just walk up and eat stuff right out of your garden, you know, you're doing something right when you've got that going on.
I'm pretty excited that the boys like eating so much.
Yeah. See, keep up with what that crazy wild woman is saying. It's huge celery. I was going to put up. Yeah.
Yeah. Wild's actually got quite a funny video, actually, that my boys think is absolutely wonderful because they get to star in it.
Okay.
So you got to watch Wild's latest video.
Yeah. It's cold.
And Adam was saying that he loved it when he had quails. One yummy little bird, apparently.
Yeah. I had 160, I think, was the most that I had. Every day I'd be out there, but it was just males and females. I did a rooster cull, and we had some barbecued quail there one time, but they were my babies. I raised 62 of them up to adults, and then I bought some others, and I had eggs all over the place. And every day during laying season, I'd pick about 80 to 90 eggs up, out of the cages, and save them up. And then on the weekends, I was pickling quail eggs and selling them. That was a lot of fun. Lots of fun. Awesome. I love quail. They're awesome little birds, easy to take care of. And if you incubate them, they say that it's the fastest producing pound for pound animal there is for ratio for feed to meat to protein ratio is quail all day long. But now if you've got rabbits and you rabbit tractor them and you've got the means to feed them, that's pretty good too, because all summer long they'd be mowing your grass. But my overall favorite bird to have is chickens, because to me, in my experience and what I've seen with people, chickens are the hardiest things. They'll take care of themselves. But I've heard that quail can do the same thing. I've heard of people using compost to feed quail.
Wow, that's interesting.
Mine were just dumb. Mine are the standard brown Caturnix quail, jumbos, and then I had some Italians and a couple of different versions, but they're just dumb. They just eat, they poop, and they lay eggs and mate. They all the instincts have been bred out of them. There's a special tool for peeling quail eggs.
Yeah, according to Tammy. Although Andy from McDowell Manor soaks it in vinegar for 3 hours, and he boils it first.
Yeah.
And then he just peels it, and the membrane comes right off.
Yeah. There's a little roller, and I bought one of those. And actually, the weird thing is, I never got to use it during the off season. But it's a roller with surgical tubing on it, and you can put 4 or 5 quail eggs on it and turn it, and it peels it automatically.
Wow.
But quail are awesome, and you can have so many eggs, and they're so good. Um, I loved having quail, but I was also trying to keep up with two young boys and full-time job and just a hectic schedule. And then on top of that, I was raising quail. But you talking about the little scissors that cut off the top of the egg? Yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. I've got one of those. But now here's a tip. Here's a tip for anybody wanting to peel eggs of any kind. Right,
Yeah.
and some people know it, and some people don't. It's what they do in the commercial houses when they're peeling eggs. Is you only they do it on a big scale. If you want to peel an egg, hard boiled egg, you put it in a jar. It's half full of water, something like that, and then just shake it up. You shake it up, and you're breaking all the shells down in the water, and the water gets up under the eggs. It doesn't bust the eggs open. And then whenever you pour them out, a lot of times chicken eggs will unpeel themselves in the jar. Okay. They'll come out. You'll pour out the water and the eggs will be free from the shell.
Wow.
And that's a chicken egg. It's the easiest thing in the world. Now, quail eggs have got such a thick shell and a membrane, a very tough membrane in there. But whenever you shake them up in the jar, it works magic on those. And a lot of those will come out once you get your technique right. A lot of those will come out already peeled too.
Wow.
It's real easy.
Apparently, Tom Time to Shine skinned a chicken so perfect that it was better than a store-bought one.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently
Okay.
he's also got a pet chicken that's laying in the mitt patch.
Okay. Oh, no, that's pretty cool.
It's a good use for a mitt patch.
Yeah, they're going to be shutting down here pretty soon without extra light. I did that one year. I kept my quail with a little artificial light, kept them laying, but I just did that to 1 year. I think it's fine either way. But did it 1 year, and then other years I just let it be a natural cycle. If I get back into business doing it again, I'll probably go with the natural light so I can keep them going. I mean, artificial light just to stretch it out. But quail are basically made to eat. I mean, they grow fast, and then cleaning them, you can clean them with your bare hands. A pair of scissors makes it a little easier. Good scissors, shears. But you can clean them up with your bare hands just about. There's fastest little thing, about like a dove or something. But they clean very easily.
Okay.
You need to get some quail, Garwin.
One day, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to let life settle down a bit first, although I have gone and put some eggs under chickens in the incubator.
It's like I said earlier, when you need another pain in the butt, you get you some quail. Yeah. And
I'm still waiting to get ducks again. One day. I love Muscovy ducks. Muscovy ducks are just so much fun.
Yeah.
Not that I actually got to eating any of them.
You ever tried to get eggs from a Muscovy duck?
Yeah, my ducks laid really well. I didn't like the taste of the eggs though, so I just let them hatch them.
You ever try to get eggs from underneath a broody Muscovy duck?
No, I've got more sense than that.
Yeah,
I have enough trouble with chickens.
But yeah, they are good ducks. And Mike, the caveman savage. I'm doing fine, brother. I hope you're doing good. Y'all are locked up tight in the house, and I mean, right now I can see my breath in the house. It's 30 degrees outside, and it's somewhere around 50 in here, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of toughing it out. You know, I've got one little bitty heater in here, and I'm standing right in front of it. I've got another one, and I
Mm-hmm.
can keep it hot in here, but I go on the cheap a lot of times, you know. Yeah.
Adam's saying apparently quail eggs are recommended for asthmatics and growing children.
Yeah. Quail eggs are incredible. Supposedly, now we have all the cholesterol talk about good and bad cholesterol.
Mm-hmm.
Well, quail eggs are supposed to have just the good cholesterol.
Oh, okay.
And none of the bad. So it depends on what you believe with all that. And the meat is good meat. Now I love a chicken now. I love a chicken, but a quail's good. It's not as good as chicken to me. It's more dark meat.
Okay.
But I love my chicken. Give me chicken any day of the week over just about anything.
Hi, MT Homestead.
Hello, MT. How tall is Mike today? Is he up to 8'9", or have we already passed 10? I know Mike grows every day.
Oh, before I forget, another SHEDWARS22 video came out this week, which was from Claire's Country Life with Osteoporosis. She's showing all of her seedlings that she's got growing. She's got lots of stuff happening over at her place.
Claire has an amazing place.
She has.
She is a wonderful natural gardener.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw her little gardening tour and everything. And from last year, the stuff that she was doing, and now it's coming into, it's filling out now. And, you know, she's doing good. She's a great gardener.
She is, and she knows a heap about herbalists stuff.
Yeah.
And I think she's doing a naturopathy course as well.
Yeah.
So she's studying to become a naturopath as well as the herbalism stuff.
Now, see, naturopath is easy to say. Naturopathy, you know, that's that's the tongue twister there. That's a mouthful.
It is. It is. My theory is if you can't say or spell the word, find an alternative.
Mm-hmm. I'm from the South. We do that all the time. And y'all are from, you Australian. Now, all right, Australia. I don't know. All right, we've got the English language, and we all do we all commit sins against the English language, you know, wherever we are. You know, I don't know who's messing it up worse, hillbillies in the South or Australians or Canadians. And then the ones you can't totally understand. A lot of people from the UK, I'm like, what are they speaking? It's so,
you can't understand a word they're saying sometimes.
How do they understand each other over there? I don't know. Yeah, but y'all are down there inventing words, you know. Well, always that one of my fun things to do is I like to watch Australian videos. And there's a lot of people I watch in Australia, a lot of prospectors, lots of prospectors. And then, of course, Mark, self-sufficient me. But a lot of folks down there, I'll turn on the closed caption and see if the closed caption up here can keep up with what the Aussies are saying down there. And y'all giving it fits now. Y'all giving it fits. It don't know what to do.
Oh dear.
And confused, oh poor John. He's like, what's a chook? What's a chook, Robert? I don't know. They keep talking about these chooks. What's a chook? I'm like, dude, it's a chicken. Come on, don't you know? Don't you speak Aussie, mate?
It was really funny.
He's barely speaking English up there, you know, himself.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't got no right to be talking about no Aussie chooks.
It is the different definitions that are a bit tricky. Especially if we talk about thongs and somebody else talks about thongs, totally different thing. We're talking about footwear.
Yeah, thongs.
You guys aren't talking about footwear.
Yeah. It's funny stuff. There's a lot of stuff I won't say. Yeah.
Karen, that's actually a tricky one. Colloquialism.
Colloquialism. There we
Good
go.
job.
And then multi-syllabic hurdles right there. It's like an obstacle course.
Maybe we should stick to supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a big one. I used to have an uncle that could spell that, and he did.
Oh, wow. Just chuck the whole alphabet at it. It'll work.
That's right.
Karen saying her poor Indian husband has no idea what she's saying half the time.
Lord.
She uses so much slang.
You got Aussie and then Indian. That's a combination right there.
I believe Andy's saying the Stalia, so it's like a short of Australia.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Andy does it much better than me. I'm not very good with slang.
Yeah, Andy gets down there and plays that music. He sounds like a dang American up here.
He does.
He does.
And Adam's going, yep, got those bum nuts from your chooks. And it's a bum bag, not a fanny bag. Fanny pack.
A bum bag. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. What's that, Andy? Orthonorhinocuculadius. I think you're going to have to come up on the live and say that one. Australia. Yeah, that's it. That's it, you mate. It's Australia.
And then we're setting up here, Americans, we're quoting everything from Crocodile Dundee. You're like,
Oh, God.
y'all just ready to burn that from history.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Platypus isn't that complicated to say. It's a complicated creature.
Yeah.
It's an honor.
The village people. Oh. Tell you what, there's so many different people all across the planet, and it's such an amazing world.
I never actually connected that one, Tammy. Our cars have got boots and bonnets. Yours have got trunks and hoods. That's funny.
I heard about the boots and bonnets. I'm thinking about the channel. Platypus. See, Down Manor breaking out the National Geographic on us.
Oh dear. Okay, so that's the formal way of saying platypus.
Andy's pulled up Google. He's got that set in there.
Andy is a font of information. He has got so much stuff on his channel and just does so much on his little farmstead. It's inspiring. It really is.
Have y'all ever heard of it's one of my favorite YouTube channels when I'm watching stuff for just the fun of it. I cut off my satellite and TV and all that regular stuff. I haven't had regular TV, in over 10 years. All right. And I don't have any Netflix or any of those other kind of subscriptions. I find everything that I want to watch on YouTube. Okay. It's all there. But there's a channel called Casual Graphics or Casual Graphic. This guy is hilarious. Look up Casual Graphic, and he talks about the animals in a hilarious way, and I can't get enough of the guy. And if you're into animals, You'll see what I'm talking about. It's mainly for bigger people, adults, or big children, or whatever.
Mhm.
It's not for little kids. Not for little kids, but I do highly recommend it. Oh, I got the hiccups now.
Yes, so Tammy's saying that the author part, or ornith part of the platypus official name is Latin for bird, and Andy's saying yes because it's a duck-billed platypus. And Andy uses YouTube for his regular TV. So do we. I don't use the TV at all.
In the UK, they call their pants undies. Well, what do they call their undies? What do they call their underwear?
Well, we call them undies here, although some people call them jocks.
But now she's saying
the guys call them jocks, girls call them undies.
Okay.
Or briefs.
What do the people in the UK call their underwear, though?
I don't know.
Because she's saying they call their pants undies.
Oh, they might call them panties.
Oh, Lord. That'd be bad.
I'm not sure. You could definitely have some interesting time with different cultural stuff, hey?
Yeah.
Knickers or pants? Yes, of course.
Oh, yeah, the knickers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Hi, Ashley's Allotment Diary. Welcome.
Hey, there's Ashley. He can tell. What do you call your underwear, Ashley? You come in here at a great time. Are they knickers?
Cross-cultural.
Cross-cultural knickers or panties, or what y'all wearing over there under there? What are the guys in the UK wearing the land down under?
I did not know that the platypus had venomous spines.
Yeah.
Thank you for that information. Not that I've actually come across too many platypus, but I think Ashley's run away now.
I think maybe he did. He's probably getting over the shock. He's probably just waking. No, he's ahead of me a little while, so he's probably eating lunch right now. About choked to death on his food from being asked what he calls his underwear.
English slang term, cax? I have no clue.
Grundy.
But he's laughing.
Cax. Cax is for underwear. See, I've never heard that one.
Nope, neither have I.
Yeah. Yeah, commando.
Regular Grundies or commando? Ooh.
Yeah.
Hang on, isn't commando style when you got no undies?
Yeah, no undies. No undies is commando style. I used to run that, and then the doctor said, "No, you're gonna have to wear the tidy whities now." And I'm like, "Oh, great." The shame of the tidy whities.
Oh dear.
We're not going to talk about that.
No. But I think I'm going to have to call it a night because it's getting very close to midnight. Oh, yes, of course. Then you got the budgie smugglers, although they're more swimmers, aren't they? They're the male swimmers over in Australia.
Yeah.
If they've just got the undie style swimmers, they're called budgie smugglers.
Yeah, because we just got out of the Gerwin's, prayer session, and if we don't end it here, it's going to undo all the good work that you did earlier. See?
Yep.
I see where this is headed. Hey, there she is. Look at there. Here is Miss
Wisteria Energy Twister. We were just saying that you graciously donated some money towards SHEDWARS22 Southern Hemisphere, which has come out to $87.71 Australian dollars. So I'm not sure how much you actually originally donated, but Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
I really
Bye,
appreciate
Mike.
that.
Bless you. Thanks for coming. Oh, sorry, Claire. Yes. Thank you for joining us, Claire. Over the shoulder boulder holders. That's a different part of the body.
Yeah, Claire.
Oh, you donated 50 English pounds. Thank you very much. That was lovely.
That was awesome. Who did what? Oh, okay. Yeah. So England has the, well, no, they don't have dollars. They've got pounds. Bye, Mike.
Yes, they've got pounds. You know, we could have asked Claire what they wear underneath their clothes.
That's right.
These poor people from the United Kingdom were asking them what their underwear is. This is not the normal conversation for my lives.
No, it's not. Well, that's what happens when you bring me up here. You got to be careful who you bring up.
Although we have had a lot of fun talking about lots of Shed Wars stuff. Hi, Melody.
Hey, Melody. Good morning.
Always lovely to see you. See, there you go. Claire goes commando style.
There we go.
I shouldn't ask these questions. Oh my goodness, you guys are terrible influences on me.
Oh.
But I'm pretty sure I've got the current role for the two teams right. So Team Will It Grow, you've got John, me, Bob M, the Oxygen Farmer, Bibby, and Serge Grows Organic. Then Team Aquarius, you've got the illustrious Robert from Homestead Aquarius, Karen from Melbourne's East, Claire from Claire's Country Life with Osteoporosis, Matthew, my son, who's got a video coming out this week. He's just working on the thumbnail and the description.
Yeah.
And then Andy from McDowell Manor.
That's right.
And Andy asked a question earlier when we could start putting our first videos out, and now.
Oh yeah, well, it's on. Y'all are full into your season.
What was it, 23rd of October we started, Andy? So feel free to pop your videos out.
Now,
and make sure that you watch Robert's rules video, which I put the link up for before. I'll pop it up again.
Hey, if they ain't already all over that rules video, I'm gonna feel for them. I'm gonna do something. You're gonna have to get removed. You gotta keep up with it. You know.
You do.
As we putting that money out, putting that energy out. So make sure you know what we're doing. And that hashtag, that title, you can use that title for any kind of Shed Wars video that you want to make, where it's in parentheses, SHEDWARS22SH. But if it's one of your official required videos, just have the capital G right behind it. If you want to make a fishing video, you can put that in there and then use Shed Wars Fishing for the hashtag. We're trying to build up a big database. We don't know where it's going to go. We're trying to do a good thing. And because people were wanting to do more than just bring into Shed Wars, because so many things is about self-sufficiency, not just growing food. You can have a great garden, but if you get cold, they shut off the power or whatever it happens. Maybe you need to be stitching some material together to make a quilt. You know, if our grandparents did it, I would love to show it. We've even, bushcraft, just about anything you can think of, canning, cooking, all of that stuff. We've even had Rebel Canners as a Shed Wars category. But we're going to tone that down. I'm sorry. We're trying to, but yeah, check out the rules video. And we've got one more person about to come in. And I guess that one will go to John, unless we get somebody else popping in. We've got great people on both teams. And what matters is we're all one team. It's all Shed Wars. And I'm so proud that we have all of you in. It's going to be a fun year. I couldn't be more proud of our people and what we're all doing. So you're trying to get off of here, so let me jump down. Thank you, Gerwin, for, you know, having poor judgment and allowing me to get up here.
Poor judgment. Andy's just joined us too, so
Hey guys, how
I may
are
not
you?
be going just yet.
Oh, okay.
Can you
Andy's
can
here.
you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Oh, good, excellent. So yeah, no, that's all very excitement, I reckon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking very forward to this season. I'm thinking about adding a few kind of lesson style videos. So how to make cheese, how to make your own alcohol, beer stuff. You know, a lot of that sort of stuff that I think people might like to learn.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I would love to see. And you can do that. The thing with the title, you know, and you don't have to use the title. There's some people that want to use that title. Parentheses SHEDWARS22SH. And you can use that title if you want to. I'm going to trim up the category hashtags, but you can use a hashtag for that, and it's a Shed Wars video. It's not a required hashtag, though. It's not a required video. The required video are around the common denominator of growing food in a garden.
Yeah.
You know, so that we can help out the people that container gardens in apartments or places where they can't dig into the dirt and make a big garden.
Yes, that's going to be my first video, Robert.
That's awesome. Grow a vegetable in a container.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to give people the benefit of the algorithm with Shed Wars being found, because it's a huge hashtag. We've made it into a huge hashtag, along with a couple of things that are long since gone, you know, in the Shed Wars hashtag. There was one for, I mean, some people have used it for something to do with sheds, which makes sense, you know, since it's Shed Wars. And then other ones are out there looking for shed antlers, and that makes sense. But we're making it make sense still with what we've got, you know. It came because I love Star Wars. And so it's like, y'all are sitting there going to fight about who's got the messiest sheds. So I said, like Yoda, well, you know, begun the Shed Wars have. And we stuck with that name. You know, so that's where it came from, and that's what we do. But we want to share, we want to see you make cheese. We want to see you make wine, beer. We want to see you do whatever it is that somebody else can do to help themselves. And under the Shed Wars hashtag and in the database, we're trying to trim it down to the smallest amount of information that we require to help find the videos, so that it frees up all the content creators to take make the title what they want, use extra hashtags and stuff. But there's just some things that we have to do, you know. Let me shut up. Let me just shut up talking about Shed Wars, please.
No, mate, that's a bonzer idea, eh?
It is a brilliant idea. It is really good.
Did he follow the language? That's what I want to know. Bonzer idea, mate, eh?
You may be speaking a totally different language, Andy.
Oh, he's turned off his mic, the bugger. Cheeky fox.
He is
I want to
indeed.
see some herbal magic starting to come out, you know, with people making tea and all of that. I want to see some of that. You know, a lot of the herb knowledge be put in there. You know, just trying to make it an all-inclusive kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And yes, Baker Leg,
With any
that's
luck,
the
I
trick.
might produce enough elderberries.
That's my first video.
Well, I've
will
probably got enough
be about
elderberry
the
flowers.
soil health. Sorry, Carol.
I was just thinking I could probably do something with my elderberry flowers.
Elderberry champagne. It's not even alcoholic.
You might have to do that one. I don't know that one. Maybe we should do a herbal tea challenge.
It's just, elderberry champagne, which has no alcohol, is just a ferment. Really easy, really easy.
Yeah, soil health is everything. You need to have your soil healthy.
Yes.
So important.
Flying potion, you know, I could use that. I could use the flying
You should come and visit.
You know, if I was still good with my ex-mother-in-law, I wouldn't need to make any myself. I could just, you know, swipe a little bit of hers.
Well, look, Robert, now
Sure.
I've got to give you a piece of life advice. When you
Okay.
get married, be very careful, because you're only going to do it 3 or 4 times.
I've only got 3 or 4 times to get it right.
It's right.
Ideally, once is a good idea. Your first wife is your cheapest wife.
Yeah.
Every time you add one, it gets more expensive.
Yeah, Roger.
It is.
That.
It's not a good financial strategy. I've got to say that.
It's a dreadful financial strategy.
Thank
Yes.
you,
You're much
Uncle
better
Andy.
off having the one partner and sticking to that partner. It's the cheapest option.
That's right.
Well, the other thing
Not
that
that I'm encouraging you men to be cheap, because you should lavish your ladies with flowers and chocolates and all that sort of good stuff.
Oh yeah, it's cheaper to keep her because after that you're still feeding her and, you know, some other dude and whatever else they're doing. And I agree 100%.
Oh, you know, and I've managed to get rid of a couple of wives. I have to confess to that. But I must be a good ex-partner because I can't get rid of any of the kids. I only produced 2, and I've ended up with 5 kids. They all eat, and they all go to school. It all costs money. Oh, Santa
So you should have
Maria.
stuck with the first wife. You should have stuck with the first one. She was the cheapest.
I should have. You're right.
Well, you know, here's the thing though. On the bright side, people are learning and teaching and doing recycling. You know, it's just, you know, it's like catching them a nice used model, you know, low mileage used model, you know. The price goes down on some of them because they got a lot of miles and road trouble and, you know, hardware. And then sometimes, every once in a while, you get a mint condition model, you know. But yeah, we're recycling.
It's true. I don't know whether to be horrified by how politically incorrect that is, or just continue to laugh because it's hilarious.
I'm throttling back too. Okay, I'm trying to be nice.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that went downhill fast. The minute I join, it goes downhill fast.
Yeah.
It does, Andy. I mean, really.
It can.
But I gotta say, Rosella lemongrass tea or ginger and lemongrass tea, that sounds really nice.
Yeah, nice. So is that Adam
I might
or
have
Nettie?
to try that. What was that, Andy?
Is that Adam?
Yeah, that's Adam.
On...
Nettie's
Oh,
up
okay.
at the hospital at the moment with Archer because Archer's not feeling well.
Oh, that's no good.
No.
Poor little fella.
Cycling.
I I remember Mark, self-sufficient me, talking about Rosella, and that's the first time I ever heard of it. And he was showing it, and I'm like, what is that? He says, it's Rosella, and I'm like, what is Rosella? And it's like a flower. It's like a red flower, and but it's not a berry. Is it a berry? Does it have a berry?
No,
No, it's not a
just
berry.
a flower. Yeah,
it's a flower hip.
Yeah.
When the flower goes away, it makes a little bumpy thing that we call a flower hip, like a rose hip, and you use that to make your jam.
Okay. Because I remember it looked almost like a berry, but then
Yes,
there were other things that Mark had done that was using the flower, So this Rosella was just really like a weird thing to me,
All right. Now I hate to sound like a geek. Yes, it is, Tammy. Good on you. That's what I was going to say. I hate to sound like a geek, but it's a hibiscus. Now, the other one that's really good is a thing called cranberry hibiscus, which has a red leaf. It tastes lemony, and the leaf is edible. And you can also make jam from the flower hip. And I used it once to make a liqueur, which I called dragon's blood liqueur, because it went red from the cranberry hibiscus colour. There you go.
You learn something new every day.
Good stuff.
So it's the green seed pod that you use to make the pectin for the jam.
Yes. Yep. See, Adam's on it. He's as bad as me.
Wisteria Energy Twister is asking.
Rose of Sharon is the common hibiscus there, is it? Interesting.
Rose of Sharon? Now, see, I know what Rose of Sharon is. But is that used, Tammy, Rebel Canners, is it edible? I know it smells good. I think it smells
I wouldn't think so.
I don't think most hibiscuses are edible.
Okay.
No, don't go down that line. No.
Okay.
Stick with Rosella. Hi, Bobby the Butcher.
Or cranberry hibiscus.
Mm.
But you'll know it because it's really very red. Hence the name.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to grow St. John's wort. I think that would be a very important thing to grow.
I have never seen Bobby the Butcher, so good to see you.
Bobby the Butcher comes in occasionally on my lives.
Yeah. Is he from Australia too?
I don't think so.
No, I wouldn't have thought so either.
I don't think so. Bobby the Butcher, you're in America, aren't you? So you got to be careful with St. John's wort. It can have side effects. Yes, it can.
Yeah.
And you can't use St. John's wort with other antidepressants.
Yeah.
It can be very bad.
Powerful. It's powerful stuff.
It is. It is very powerful. It's helping to keep me on an even keel at the moment. That and valerian and lots of vitamin B. So Tammy's saying she doesn't eat the hibiscus, but it's in the same plant family.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah. There's a lot to learn.
Can use St. John's wort in a tea or put it into an oil. There you go.
I got to do a bit of that tincture stuff because I do, I make the alcohol. So, not that I'm saying I have an illegal still, but I could have something like that I use.
We all see you drinking from it every week.
Yeah, no, I use that to make distilled water. So if I use that to pretend an alcohol base, I could probably make things like tinctures and mint essence and all sorts of stuff. I've got to get into that.
Yes.
If I had an illegal still, I would. Everyone's looking at the sky. Look at them.
That's a very good question, Melody. Very good question. I have a tablet that I take.
That's what I was going to say. I've got a tablet.
I take a tablet. My doctor tried putting me on antidepressants, and I had so many rotten, horrible side effects from it. I'm like, I'm going back to the natural stuff. Stuff this chemicals. So yes, St. John's wort, valerian, and lots of vitamin B.
I think St. John's wort grows like a weed here, because I had a friend his wife happens to be Asian, and she said to me as we were doing a garden tour, "Oh, that's St. John's wort," and I thought, "Oh my goodness, I've been pulling that out as a weed." So you might be surprised, Gerwin.
Interesting.
That's what I thought.
I think it would be very important to grow, especially if you do have anxiety issues or depression or any kind of mental health stresses. I mean, none of us have any mental health issues at the moment. There's no stress, no anxiety, no fear.
Why would there be?
No. We're all really good and happy, cheerful little chippers. But yes, I'm thinking growing St. John's wort and valerian is probably a really wise thing to do.
Yeah.
And we probably need to eat more fermented foods, because that's going to give you more B vitamins. And when you're stressed, the first thing that goes out of your system is the B vitamins.
B vitamins, that's exactly right.
So, and fermented foods are all really high in B vitamins, from what I understand. I'm not a doctor.
I didn't know that either. There you go. And the other thing that's good with B vitamins is Barocca, which they actually sell as a vitamin C supplement.
Do they?
But it's full of vitamin B as well. Yeah, well, it is.
B in it.
Yeah, full of B. Yep, it's great.
There you go. Adam says it's not an illegal still. It's a self-sufficient fuel production device with benefits.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, indeedy.
Oils can be very volatile. We do need to learn how to use them and use them wisely. Very important, Claire.
I had no idea that eucalyptus oil could kill somebody. I mean, I guess anything could, but that's kind of, I can't imagine trying to take a teaspoon of eucalyptus oil.
Yeah, bake a leg. Yep.
A drop of eucalyptus oil is strong enough.
Yeah.
Well, you get that if you use it like me. If I get sinus, I steam it, and you work out pretty quick. You put too much in, holy guacamole!
Yeah. Hey, while we're in a Shed Wars chat, let me just throw this out there for any of our people that's listening. There's a couple of things that are not on the video that we needed to put in there, but old man brain kicks in. When we're talking about the 12 required videos through the season, 2 a month, one thing is your entry video doesn't count. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And I said on the video that weigh-in videos don't count.
Yes.
And garden tours don't count. Now, if you are doing a garden tour and really teaching somebody, teaching what you do, you focus on one plant, then that's okay. But we'd rather not have garden tours, as a required videos. They don't count. Okay. Those 12, we're just teaching something, and they don't have to be long. It could be anywhere from 2 minutes to 10 to 15. But these are just some of the things that we're trimming down on and trying to make it better for everybody. Just a lot of people, somehow they don't know. And I just wanted to make mention of that.
Very good to know.
Yeah, weighing in your food doesn't teach somebody how to grow it, you know.
Yeah, I would never have thought to do that. Actually, I
No.
used to combine my weigh-ins, but it was always with here's what's growing at the moment, and let's talk about this plant because it'll do best if you do this and this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
It just makes sense.
Yeah.
So let me ask, Adam, are you a prospector?
I've never seen any of Adam's video with him prospecting, but I wouldn't be surprised.
His brother is a prospector.
Yeah, I'm just thinking he might be.
He's a musician. He's a fisherman. He's a butcher.
I've seen him do that.
I haven't seen him making any candles.
He talks about going to a mine, though, in the past.
Has he?
I think so.
Oh, well, there you go. He says yes.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Okay, so you...
That explains why you like Hooper's Mayhem so much. Now, Hoops is definitely a prospector.
That's the one that's got the brother in Western Australia, is Hooper. Hooper's Mayhem.
Oh, Hoops is in Western Australia.
Well, yeah, but he's got a brother that makes gold prospecting videos. Now, but Andy, do you do that for your living, or is it? And I mean, I've seen some of your stuff out there, but you don't do prospecting for a living, because most prospectors don't, though. No,
I don't. In fact, I don't prospect much, but I do cut and shine and polish rocks. And I'm a silversmith, so I make jewelry from it.
Ooh. You pour silver?
I what? Sorry, Robert?
Do you pour silver? Have you done any silver pours? Making casted silver stuff?
No, but we have a casting room where I go.
Okay.
Yeah, I just haven't bothered to cast yet. So I do the basic lapidary, the mark and cut and do all the cabochon shining.
Yeah.
I've done this. I've done the silversmithing. Oh, good, Adam. And I'm about to. I think I'll probably start faceting.
That's good stuff.
But well, I'm not worried about, like, people say, oh, that looks great, Andy, that necklace. What stone is that? I don't know. A pretty rock. So I'm not worried, if it's not a topaz or a diamond or whatever, I couldn't care less. If it looks great, that's all I'm after.
Yeah. Now, Andy from Silhouette Park Farm, he's talking about opals. And
Adam,
I want to go.
Adam, yeah.
Adam.
Yep, Adam.
Opals are one of my favorite things. And I want to go to Australia, and I want to go to Coober Pedy, and I want to go to Lightning Ridge. And, y'all heard of this? There's a channel called Pulitzer Opal. You ever heard of them?
No,
Opal
but yep, okay.
Okay, Pulitzer Opal is an Aussie down there, and he does a lot of opal cutting. That's what his channel is, and he does some amazing work on opals. And he had some a few months ago. It's content that I can't watch anymore. You know how it goes. You have to leave some behind to keep up with the people. But he had some that had the fretwork pattern. They don't call it Chinese writing anymore. I don't know what they call it now, but
I've seen them.
You know what I'm saying? Well, he's got some beautiful stuff down there and knows what he's doing. Pulitzer Opal, but there's a couple of them that I have watched. But I love watching Vogus. Vogus Prospecting. I love to watch him. And Busted Knuckles Prospecting. There's a few others that I can't think of their names. That Western. There's a couple of Western Australian gold prospectors that I can't think of their names. Now, so Adam, you're talking about. Is that what you?
Yeah, he will be. Yep.
Under a 2-ton.
Yeah, he's a I thought he was a prospector.
Yeah.
Actually, come to think of it, I remember him going through and doing an opal prospecting thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was,
I would love to see more of that.
Oh, and I've debated whether or not to put up, the stone cutting and polishing and working, and then the silversmith videos. I thought, well, does it go with my channel? Does it not go with my channel?
Yeah.
So if people could give me some feedback, I'd be happy about that.
Yeah.
You can always have a second channel.
I don't really want to.
We try to get the algorithm to pick us up on what we're focused on, and then it's like, well, I'll do this video over here, and then YouTube's like, I don't know what to do with that. Are you a silver pour? Are you do you travel? I thought you were a homestead channel, but you're traveling, so I don't know. If it comes in there close to what you're doing, but that's where homesteading channels can do a variety of things. Whereas if you're just a gardening channel and just that, then it locks you in more, and it's like so limited. It's just mainly gardening. And what amazes me is how the gardening channels, especially the successful ones, can keep doing it, and still have lots of fresh material to keep
absolutely.
Going with.
Yeah.
And, they've got to be looking for fresh material.
Well, I tend to think a lot of us are, if you're into self-sufficiency, you start to go down that old artisanal skills kind of line. Bread baking, jam making, sausage making, butcher your own quails, all that sort of stuff. And then you drift into silversmithing, rock cutting. Like, that's how it goes.
Tammy's found that people get mad when she does something that isn't canning related. She gets a whole heap of hate fever.
Yeah, harvest videos. People like to see harvest videos. They do. But the thing is, Melody, with what we're doing, the weigh-ins are good, but we have, when we're talking about Shed Wars, we come up with the rule of what we're wanting to do is to teach people how to grow food. And so we just ask for 2 videos a month. That's all. Just 2 videos a month where you're actually teaching people how to grow food. And that's like the big thing. And that's all. And people can do all kinds of stuff. You can do more videos than just 2. And weigh-ins are good. I love seeing what people has got in there. But there's some people that were just doing weigh-in videos, or they were just touring their garden and calling it, a Shed Wars required video. And then they might say, one tip is you need to make sure that you keep your garden watered. Well, yeah.
Good on you.
Okay. We get that, seeds, water, and soil. Check. We've got that. you know.
I'm
Now-
shocking at doing it though.
Yeah,
The
now
number of
help the
times I've
people.
killed plants by forgetting to water them.
You know, so, you know, you set up these rules and then everybody tries to test the rules.
Yeah.
And then when we don't, and everything has to be gone over. But garden tours are cool. The weigh-in videos are cool. But, you know, that's the extra stuff, you know. And
Yes.
it's just 2 videos a month. And sometimes people act like it's just so hard and the rules and everything. And I just get so tired of it. It's like 2 videos a month. That's all it takes. We don't charge anything to get in. And people are already making gardening videos to teach. And so it blows my mind. That's the people issues that I was talking about earlier. Is what we do is so simple, and then you get the people issues come in. You know,
Adam.
No,
gotta go. Videos premiering. Hey,
Yeah.
Adam, good to see you. But yeah.
well, the
Right.
old Aussie story is if you're a whinger, don't come in.
Winja.
Complainer.
Oh yeah.
You know, get a life.
I'll tell you what, Terry King. I'm going to do a series where an old hillbilly in Alabama tries to keep up with Terry King. I'm going to go out. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just like
Yeah.
Terry King. I really am. He goes out and picks up stuff off the side of the road and brings it back, and he does something amazing with it. He grows food. I grow food. Not as good as he does. And so I'm going to try to catch up to Terry King this year. I'm going to bring home a bunch of garbage and make it look incredible and grow some good food.
On that note, we have our local governments, our city councils do a garbage collection where people put it out. They do it once a year normally. So everyone puts out all their stuff. And so today I managed to find the headboard and the baseboard, bottom board of a bed frame. Now that's about to become a bench that I put out on my sidewalk in American, footpath in Australian. I'm going to make a bench out of it. I'll put it out on the footpath and people can sit out there and have a chat, have a look at what's happening.
Maybe inspire some people to do more gardening.
Oh, and give a bit of stuff away and reuse the garbage and.
Absolutely. That's good stuff. Now, see, I'm a little bit of a hoarder, a little bit. I've got stuff here that I pick up and bring back, and I find ways to use it. You know, sometimes I give it to somebody. I'll find something that somebody needs, and boom, it's there. But if it looks like I can use it, I'm picking it up. If somebody sets it out, I'm picking it up.
Yep.
I've got grills out there. They have my neighbor. They call me call my grill area there the grill graveyard, because somebody throws it out. I'm like, hey, hold on, that'll still hold a fire. I'll take that, and I bring it up there and set it to rest in my outdoor kitchen. I like to hold on to bottles, you know, drink bottles,
yes, me.
pop bottles, you know. I make some stuff out of those. Love that stuff. Yep.
Well, if you make jams and stuff, recycling bottles is a no-brainer. Like that's what you do.
Yeah. That gets into the Rebel Cannon, which is really cool, because I noticed now we had a channel last year with us called Stone the Crows, and they were incredible. Those folks have so much to offer out there. They're expert gardeners. and they're making it work. You know, I saw them. They going through all kinds of jars. Everybody's saving their jars and canning in those jars, whatever they are, and that's pretty cool. If it looks like a jar, I save it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's such an old Aussie phrase, Gerwin, isn't it? Stone the bloody crows.
It is. It is indeed.
Yeah.
And they had a lot of really good stuff that they were keeping and doing on their stuff. And I used to keep bottles and jars and everything before we moved, but then when we moved house, I had to get rid of all of that stuff, and I figured I'll just start accumulating it all when I get to the new place. And life has been so topsy-turvy, I haven't got a chance to accumulate much.
Well, you've been a little bit busy, I've noticed. A little bit.
Have they talked about the plastic shortage? Have y'all seen that down there?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah. I was just sitting there thinking, you know, what if the bottles I've been saving up all this time to use for plants and everything start becoming like, you know, it's like, bring your plastic in. We'll give you $1 for, you know, each 10 bottles or something like that. I mean, if it starts going like that, you can imagine the trash that people throw out now being worth money.
Absolutely. Yep.
You know, that's crazy. I'm rich if that happens.
You could but hope. You could but hope.
That's right.
Well, when I make beer, I bought one set about 5 years ago of plastic bottles. So when I make beer, I always put it in those recycled plastic bottles. And the reason I do that is, if anyone remembers their old dad doing it, they used to do it in glass and then put it under the house this is very Australian, put it under the house, and that's where it would ferment. And invariably, you'd hear this kabang, kabang as all these bottles exploded. Well, the plastic ones don't explode.
Mm-hmm.
They might swell up like a football, but they don't explode. It's gold.
Well, I made that video about my dang pineapple, losing my pineapple. Because I had it stored. It was on the floor in a little out of the way place, and there was a leak back there, and it got to those cans. And I'm sitting here one night, and I hear boom go off, and I'm like, "What in the world?" It sounded like somebody shot outside.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "I don't know what that was." And then I said, "Oh no." I walked back there, and there's a can lid in the floor, you know, and there's this can of pineapple sitting there, you know. I'm like, okay, I guess we've got a problem here with the way that but it was overflow stuff, you know, it was extra. So, you know, but there's carpet floor too.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyhow. So that was inappropriate storage, but, you know, you talking about the boom, and that kind of reminded me of my pineapple experience.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That was a sad video.
It was. It was kind of sad because I lost my pineapple, and there was a lot of it too. There was more than just that one can, and the rest of them I took a real careful eye at, and I said, "Yeah, we're gonna let this pass. You know, we're just gonna go ahead and do away with these, and it's gonna have to be okay."
Yep.
Not going to trust it. I told y'all earlier that, you know, I can see my breath in here right now.
Yes.
Earlier today, it was warm, and it was nice and warm in here, and it started cooling off. And I'm hearing my other canned goods. I'm actually hearing them pop. Just the lids, you know. I'm hearing it go pop.
Oh, okay.
Or
That's
actually,
coming
you know what that probably was? It was probably the jars that I brought in, now that I think about it, because I've got a couple of flats of jars that I've got in here. So that's probably what it was. It wasn't my canned food. It was those regular jars that popped because it started cooling off in here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Every time I go to the store, if I see a flat of jars, they're mine.
A what of jars?
A flat, like a tray, a little cardboard. Yeah.
Like a dozen jars.
Yeah. If I see a dozen jars on the shelf, I'm picking them up.
Why you not speaking English?
No, well, what is it that you'd say? I don't know. What is it called? Rebel
I think in the supermarkets they actually do call them a flat. But
Tammy,
I'm not sure.
Tammy, get me out of trouble here.
A tray? A tray of jars?
Yeah, tray.
Okay, there we go. A tray.
There you go. A case of jars.
A case of jars?
That I would have understood that, yep.
Okay, well, I said a flat. Well, dang it. Why ain't it's a murder of jars? How about that? I don't know. I'm not
it's a matter of crows. It's a matter
I was going to say, it's only a matter of jars if he's been canning crows, yeah.
And we're back to the boots and bonnets again, which is what started the whole undie discussion.
Yep.
Yeah. I know underwear travels in packs, You get a pack of underwear. They're kind of like wolves, I guess.
Yeah.
But we're not. All right.
As long as they don't like socks and get lost.
Well, they're cheaper by the pack.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
And I'm not going to go down the line of, are we comparing jocks to boxers? Because the two are very, there's no agreement in that school.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, we can't have all this tawdry talk in a morning Shed Wars thing. We can't do that.
Well, I hate to tell you, Robert, but it's a midnight Shed Wars thing over here.
It is.
That's right.
Although technically it is now morning.
Morning, yeah. I was thinking that.
We already going into morning?
Yeah, 12:05.
I don't feel bad for you at all because my bedtime was 12 hours ago. That's when it should have been.
He hasn't gone to bed yet, Andy.
So you're not getting any sympathy from me. I've been up all night thinking about Shed Wars so you don't have to.
Yeah, I try not to think too often.
Yeah, I'm going to quit.
We have been talking about Shed Wars.
Yeah, I'm going to quit thinking about it. I'm going to let y'all run it.
Yep.
Lord.
I think now that it's gone past midnight, I've got two boys that are going to be very energetic in the morning, and I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm going to be hunting down coffee.
So it's Monday morning for you now.
Yep, we've all got work tomorrow.
Monday morning, yep.
Monday morning.
Tomorrow morning's a school day.
Yeah, I know the drill. Well,
and unfortunately for me, I don't get to just send them off to school.
Yeah.
I have to be able to think straight. Go through their schoolwork with them.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I know, it's not good.
Well,
I'm starting to think maybe I should do like a Saturday morning live rather than a Sunday night.
Well, I guess we're just going to be up at the same time. No, we don't. We won't still be. I've just made up my mind. I'm not going to go to bed till tonight. I'm not going to hit the bed. I'm wide awake now. Thanks, Garwin. Wide awake. I was going to bed when I saw
I told you to go to sleep 2 hours ago.
I saw your prayer thing up earlier. And I said, well, I ain't going to bed yet. She's about to come up. I'm going to go in there and hang out with Garwin.
What the hell is that? Deer season opening day.
Yeah.
We don't stop school for deer season.
Yeah, deer season up here. I mean, whenever she says that right there, no, that's a real thing in some places. There are places that shut down for deer season opening up. It's just a thing.
Really?
Yes, sir. Deer hunting up here is a big thing. It's huge.
That's because they're allowed guns. We're not allowed guns. Hunting is not a gun thing here. Hunting is definitely not encouraged.
Yeah.
Now, it won't be tonight, but sometime on a live, I need to tell a story. I used to host lots of foreign students who came over to learn English. And I had a very interesting experience with two of my Saudi boys, so Arab boys, who decided they wanted to go deer hunting. And it became very interesting for a whole lot of reasons. And sometime I need to share that story because it's a classic in so many ways.
Sounds intriguing.
Oh,
but it also sounds long. So we're definitely
it is.
not
tonight. Not tonight.
No,
not tonight. Not tonight.
My husband's going to be getting up for work in 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm going to go.
Yeah.
You guys have a fantastic night. Thank you so much for joining me. And for all those at SHEDWARS22, make sure you go over and check out Robert's video that goes through all the rules and all that sort of thing on what we are required to do and hear about all the amazing prizes. So yes, thanks for joining us. Have a fantastic week and I'll catch you in the comments section. Bless you.
Bye-bye, everyone. See ya.
Y'all be good.